Hi, my name is Jimmy. I would like to present today our MORA in metaphysics. Technology are becoming once the kids are becoming rude and no respect their lecture in nowadays because they addicted to their iPad and laptops. Some of the workers are occupied with living their lives and preparing for their future career. They cause lead comfortable live experience and don't even care about their loved one troubles. Their severely angry are becoming on this social for this environment. Thus, for the COVID case has around 75.2% of the people got the vaccine in between 23,000 response. The vaccination is lack of confidence in their safety and sign in year 2020. Mostly, they also prefer having for access to international travel, indoor activity, work, and public school, respectively 31.7%, 20%, 50%, and 14.8%. But someone say I don't have much confidence in the pharmaceutical sector as I would like to. Nothing their cost foster trust have been given to me. This will be include their history of acting immorally, dishonestly, and deliberately harming people, like Dogen case, because they have privatized the self. Abusing is advantageous to the individual. What should do good had emerged because of the colonization of Western. According to Nizing, there are the two classes in society which are made by wealthy. For the ordinary people, they include the weak and disadvantaged. He tried to quit God or stick to a religions and the introduction of his moral just to protect the common people. For, for the human concept, there are the three religions called Buddhism, Confucianism, and Taoism. They are the three interact in the 6th century. Confucianism are complex school or true. Sometimes it's called a religion. It developed in the Zhou dynasty in the spring and autumn period. The main concept is include learned benevolence, Li, Lightonius, Li, Ethicun, Zhong royalty and imperial party. They are aimed to squeeze adherence to social role. Taoism philosophy they emphasize living in harmony with Tao. Yin and Yang is mean doneness and right, and they are accepting good and evil in everything.
So first will be Wiki One Metaphysics. Technology has taught us to be more suspicious, which is a less visible effect on Christian. Most of us who are accustomed to all the obvious and convert internet bullshit have developed scripticism. This is a crucial survival technique for navigating the unforgiving internet, but it may be problematic when we apply the same amount of criticism to our reading of the Bible. Wiki 2 Ideology of Postmodernist Relativism. Social media has played a big part in the spread of misinformation, which lead a lot of people to believe that vaccine can cause death. Anti-vaxxers are those who contend that vaccinations are risky and violent their human right. Also, many people have become anti-vaxxer and they have begun to spread the misinformation around Facebook to discover vaccination. Next will be Wiki 3 Decolonization. Eurocentrism is the attitude of viewing European tradition and ideas such as belief and ideas as universal. This European-centrist mindset leads to a predisposition to understand non-European history and culture via Western lens. Western epistemic imperialism has also resulted in Eurocentrism, which has encouraged Malaysians to see themselves through Westerner view. This has a detrimental influence on Malaysian residents' identities. Western historians, for example, have proclaimed independence warriors to be rebels in Malaysian history work. Malaysia must recognize that it is unnecessary for others to understand ourselves and our society. We who are better knowledgeable about our civilization, the concept may be underlined by applying by knowledge of Occidentalism to the field of science. Wiki 4 will be human concept. In Malaysia, there are four major religions, which is Islam, Buddhist, Christianity, and Hindus. Firstly, in Malaysia, we can see that most population religion is Islam. It takes 63.5%. Islamic believe that although humans are given freedom, nothing can occur without Allah approval. Since God is the most just, He will not let someone who spent their entire life robbing, lying to, and harming others get away with it. If that happens, God will punish them. Thanks.
For Wiki page 1, which is metaphysics, people tend to buy things such as jewelries and chains, which are very expensive, to show their support to God. But most of them are not thinking while taking these decisions, because most of them know that to show support to God, you only need a good trust on them, not more than that. People tend to spend more money on these things to show that they're having a strong way towards God. For Wiki page 2, which is the ideology of the postmodern relativism, most of the anti-vaxxers refuse to take vaccines. That's why they're called anti-vaxxers. And this is so because most of them were parents that refuse to put, and also to refuse they refuse the vaccine for the children because of the fake news that spread throughout the internet, that the vaccine could cause really harm to their children, especially the small ones. So that was the main reason for people avoiding vaccine for the COVID-19 vaccine. For Wikibase 3, which is decolonization, I would like to discuss about egoism. Egoism basically, it's some of the characteristics good and most of it's bad. It's really bad for an individual if it's fully focused by them. For example, egoism can create a self-centered society because no one is going to help, or no one is going to help for the personal needs, because an egoism person is going to focus on their self 100% and not going to focus on their friends or family to help them out to reach the same success they reach. This also can lead to a very violent society. For Wiki page 4, which is a human concept, I've shared about Hinduism. Hinduism is the oldest religion that is still active till today date. Many stories, many books that have been published related to Hinduism are real and can be found till today date, such as the bridge that they told in the Ramayana story, that still could be found underwater in the Indian Ocean, which connects from India to Sri Lanka. Not only that, in Hinduism there are main three gods, which are Lord Brahma the creator, Lord Shiva the destroyer, and Lord Vishnu the preserver. That's all.
Besides that, spirituality does not always connect with social media. People mostly spending time on social media could cause anxiety and even lead them to depression. Although claiming to encourage their spirituality, some people may use those who are weak emotionally. We may be more easily persuaded to engage in unhealthy behaviors if we are emotionally weak. Moreover, our use of digital media technology fosters poor habits that interfere with our ability to focus, be productive, manage our time, comprehend well, and interact with others. Worship, fellowship, and our relationship with God are all impacted by how we relate to one another. Pro-psychological traits including personality, mental health, and sustained use have not received enough attention as predictors of anti-vax attitudes. They do, however, have a significant impact in health-related behaviors, which may lead to reluctance and negative effects towards vaccinations. For instance, personality traits like low consciousness and neuroticism, as well as depression, smoking, and heavy alcohol use, are all linked to worse physical health and health-related behaviors in general and may therefore lead to anti-vax views or a slow uptake of vaccine. Now I will be talking about decolonization. The notion that peoples are the most important or central beings on Earth is known as anthropocentrism. From an anthropocentric viewpoint, all entities and things are only valuable insofar as they benefit human well-being and survival. But there are some negative effects that are seen to be colonizing the minds and souls of Malaysians. Blind anthropocentrism has accelerated climate change, ozone depletion, rainforest destruction, water and air pollution, and many other environmental skills on a global scale. as is true of both small and large-scale human greed. As for Buddhism, it is known as one of the biggest religions in the world. It originates in India and dates back 2005 years. Buddhists believe that the human life is one of suffering and that the only way to achieve enlightenment or nirvana is through meditation, spiritual and physical labor, and good behavior. Buddha found the three universal truths and the four noble truths, and he then spent the next 45 years teaching them to the world. Other than that, Buddhists believe in karma, in which the past ones rebirth into different bodies. It is said that one's good or bad behaviors in the past or in their past lives can affect them in the future. Even though each variation of Buddhism has its own character, all Buddhists adhere to a set of rules for conduct known as the five precepts. The five precepts are: do not harm or kill living things, do not take things unless they are freely given, lead a decent life, do not speak unkindly or tell lies, do not abuse drugs or drink alcohol.
As for consumerism, consumers are led to believe they should buy certain items. For example, sellers will say, buy this item in the name of God and support God. Because consumers are religious, they will buy without thinking too much. Consumerism is actually about selling what customers are interested in. By protecting customers' interests, they are able to cheat them. Misinformation also plays a big part in people refusing to vaccinate. People are refusing to vaccinate due to the spread of misinformation. The measles outbreak is an example where people believe vaccines cause death. Social media has played a big part in misinformation during this time as news spread around like wildfire. In fact, the reason why 2 children died in the measles outbreak after taking their vaccines is because the nurses used curare to dilute the vaccine instead of water. Liberalism stands for protection of rights and equality. Nowadays, many people have things easy due to liberalism. For example, parents are not punishing children when they do wrong things. This has caused people to have too much freedom and no consequences for their actions. People do not think they are doing anything wrong. Thus, they lose the ability to think in critical moments. Christianity is the most followed religion in the world. Christians believe in a lot of things. For example, Christians are monotheistic, which means Christians only believe in one God. They also believe in the Holy Bible, which guides Christians on how they should live. They believe the life and death and beliefs of Jesus when he resurrects. Christians also celebrate Christmas and Easter holidays. Thank you.